Hey everyone, Dennis Kaye here with Belize Islands Real Estate. Hope you all are doing well today. And listen, today's topic is Airbnbs, especially for those of you who are starting from scratch. You bought some vacant land on Ambergris Caye, either in Secret Beach, Spanish Reef, somewhere that you found desirable. And now you're looking at hiring a designer and a builder, and you want to go vertical. And your end goal is to have something that you can use yourself, but also that would rent out well on Airbnb, VRBO, some sort of vacation rental site. And I did an interview with Josie Dawson a couple months ago now, and I highly suggest that one of your first steps that you take before you even start to design your Airbnb or design your home is to meet with Josie and find out the basic list of requirements that the Belize Tourism Board wants to see in your rental before they will give you approval in order to give you that hotel tax license that you need to legally rent it out. Because they want to see certain safety features, a certain quality of builds and so forth. So definitely get with Josie. Then here's what I'm presenting to you today. My top 5 suggestions on how to have a unique Airbnb that will provide you with some good income, good occupancy rates, good nightly rates, because you're going to be able to offer an experience that is just maybe a little bit better than the other Airbnbs out there. All right. So first of all, I want to show you something. I came across this the other day when Steph and I were booking our latest Airbnb. Actually, this one is going to be for, it was for Greece. We're heading to Greece on Monday. But check this out. This is my one of my Airbnb accounts. And people say, what experience do you have with Airbnb? Well, I've stayed in Florence, Rome, Venice, Bellagio, Arles, Nice, France, of course, Bay City. This is when we visited our families back home in Bay City. Several in San Pedro, Paris, Nice, Zermatt, Switzerland. These here are in Greece again, another Zermatt, Switzerland, Strasbourg several times, just as staycations. Dubrovnik, Croatia, Zagreb, Vienna, Austria, Bordeaux, Skopje, that's in Macedonia, Ljubljana, Slovenia, Bled, Slovenia, Aix-en-Provence, Shinjuku, love the sushi in Shinjuku, Glasgow, Scotland, Miami, love Miami, Arras, Colmar, Zermatt, Barcelona, Spain, Chamonix, Venice. So you see, and this is just my account. My wife's account has probably this many or more, but we have a lot of experience traveling the world and staying in Airbnbs. And from my experience, here are the top 5 things that you want to make sure you incorporate into your Ambergris Caye build. All right, so let me show you my slide here. I think this is a pretty unique list that I've come up with. So these are my top 5 Airbnb recommendations. Again, if you are building from scratch and have some input as far as the design, these are the things I think you should really pay attention to. Number 1, owner's storage and owner's pantry. All right, most bedrooms, guys, the builder's going to put 1 closet in there. All right, usually 1 closet is fine. But if you're going to be using the home yourself for, say, 2 or 3 months a year, and then Airbnb it out, you're going to want to have 2 closets. One for all your things that's lockable, right? That's your things, your clothes, your toiletries, things that you don't want people to get into, maybe your family pictures. That goes into your storage area. That needs to be big enough in size so that when you're coming back and forth, from the United States or Canada, you're not always having to travel with a lot of luggage. So you want your own storage closet in the master bedroom that is lockable. In addition, I would suggest an owner's pantry, something in the kitchen, some places to put maybe all the staple foods that are yours and that you want to keep for yourself, other than throwing everything away every time you leave the house. In addition to that, I think it's very important to have a renter's luggage storage area and pantry. So for example, family of 5, they come down to Belize, they show up with 5 big pieces of luggage, and they walk into your Airbnb. Where are they going to put their luggage? On the floor, maybe on top of a dresser, have it out all the time for their week-long stay. Much better to give some thought as to where can this family physically put their luggage. Do you build beds high enough so that the luggage can fit underneath? Do you have their own closet area, maybe above the closet? But have a designated spot for the luggage and then tell your renters, put your luggage here. Have that in the welcome book, the booklet, right? Say, when you come in, unpack, put your luggage here. It's out of the way. You don't have to worry about it until you pack up and get ready to go home. In addition, have a small owner's pantry in the kitchen and make it clear that this is for their use. So when they open it up, maybe have a bottle of Belizean rum in there. Maybe have some treats or snacks that are locally made in the island. Maybe have some staples, right? Things that they're going to be using over the next few days as they check in. Maybe have some Belican beer in the fridge, something like that. But again, don't just leave this stuff in there. So, for example, like when I got into this Airbnb, I opened the cabinet and there's a bottle of olive oil and a couple other things. Well, I don't know how old that is, right? That could be a year old, or it could be left by the people who rented here last week. But make it clear in your welcome information that this pantry, this area has everything for their use: coffee, tea, sugar. And then have your management company or your person that handles your rentals manage that and make sure that before each guest check-in, it looks nice, everything's fresh, you get a nice welcome. Number 3, separate living areas. Now, this is really, really important for the overall enjoyment of your guests. So, for example, Mike and I, my brother and I and his family, we just traveled for 2 weeks to Italy, and we stayed at least 3 different Airbnbs. And the ones that we stayed in had almost like 2 separate living areas. Steph and I had our own bedroom, our own bath, sometimes even our own living area on one side of the home. And then Mike and his wife and kids had like another little area on the other side of the home. There was this physical distance in between us. Sometimes it was just the living room was separated us as families. Other times it was an outside deck. In fact, one of the coolest ones was in Bellagio, where Steph and I had our own bedroom, bathroom, kitchen, living area. They had the same, and it was separated by this covered outdoor deck. And I thought, what a fantastic design for Belize. Because a lot of times people will come down with family or friends of family. They want to stay together, but they don't want to be on top of each other the entire time. So if possible, try to design your Airbnb to have 2 separate living areas. Maybe a main 2-bedroom home separated by a walkway, maybe an outdoor walkway or interior space. Then have like a 1-bedroom suite with a bathroom, kitchenette, and a bedroom. That's going to offer a lot of different rental possibilities for your guests and create a nice experience. Number 4, communal living areas. I like it when you can all get together and be together if you want to be, but then when you want some privacy, you can go off into your rooms. So a nice large rooftop deck, maybe a covered palapa. Doesn't have to be expensive. This is to be a big palapa in the yard with some outdoor furniture. These big communal places where everyone can come together, coffee in the morning, glass of wine at night, maybe playing some music. These outdoor living areas add to the experience. If you don't have these, then the home becomes just a place to sleep. And you don't want that. You want the home to be a destination in and of itself. So you get what I mean? So for example, sometimes I check into an Airbnb and there'll be a lot of stuff to do in the neighborhood, but the home is so nice and comfortable, I don't have a reason to leave. I like it. It feels comfortable, right? I can hang out with my wife or we have guests over. So think about those types of spaces, because sometimes when people come down to Belize, they're so busy. They schedule the snorkeling and diving and the fishing. And then when they get a day off, they just want to relax where they are. So think about those indoor, outdoor community spaces. Number 5, very important. What is going to be your unique selling proposition? In other words, what is your property doing that not many others are doing as well? For example, if you have a beachfront property, well, then pretty much check the top box. A lot of people want to stay on the beach. But if you're off beach, let's say you're building Airbnb in Palmyra Woods or Grand Mayan or somewhere like that, where you're maybe a quarter mile, half mile, or mile back, what is going to be the draw for your property? What's going to make people say, you know what, I want to book that property because of the way it looks, what it offers. So you got to think, for my guest, if they're just searching any number of 100 Airbnbs, what's going to be my unique selling proposition? Why are they going to hit the book button on mine rather than someone else's? And you can do that with a lot of different ways. You can offer a certain type of rental, like I just said, communal living area, separate living area. Perhaps it's a pool, plunge pool, outdoor pool. Could be a jacuzzi. Could be rooftop, a third story rooftop viewing platform where you're up there 35 feet in the air and you got 360-degree views. Whatever it is, you got to have something unique to catch people. When you think about that unique hook, think about using that as your opening picture on Airbnb. What is that picture that are going to make people say, you know what? I got to find out what this is about. May or may not be for me. I may not book this one, but I got to click and I got to read about this because just that picture is drawing me in. And then finally, as a bonus, there's my top 5 as a bonus, make it pet and or kid friendly if you choose to do so. And there's a lot of people that would rather cater to, just couples or people without pets, but more and more people are traveling with extended family, which includes lots of kids and grandkids, and they are traveling with their pets, their cats and dogs. So if you can create an Airbnb that is friendly, not just allows those things, but is pet and kid friendly by what you offer in the home, access to, I don't know, cribs or dog run areas or kennels or something that's going to ensure that people that are looking for those amenities will click on yours first, right? And maybe that's your hook. Maybe that's your opening picture. So these are some of the things that I've included in my top 5 Airbnb recommendations. Again, the reason this is becoming important now is because in the past, Airbnb, VRBO, that was an afterthought. You didn't think about those avenues of income before the home was built. Now, people like you and I who own vacant land in Ambergris Caye, we're in a unique situation. We can create something that people actually want to rent, and it's not just your average home that's thrown up on Airbnb. So hope this is helpful. Let me know your thoughts. If you have any additional thoughts as far as what you think, what makes a good rental, I'd like to hear from you guys. Those of you who have traveled, maybe stayed in vacation homes, Airbnbs, VRBOs around the world. What was it about some of those that really stuck out in your mind? I have some more points. I'll save those for next video. All right, you guys take care. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.